Hello and welcome once again to codewithibrah, and in this section we are going to look at how to use CSS gradient. Okay, so gradient is a combination of colors. It's by combining colors and then making effect, creating a nice effect. That is all about gradients. And we have types of gradient. We have the linear, we have the radial, and others, but we are going to look at a few of them and demonstrate how we can use them. So let's start by creating a div and then calling it gradient. Okay, so let me also walk you through. I have my index and then the style. Okay, this is actually the style and it is linked to the HTML file underline 7. All right, we come to the browser and this is the browser. At the moment nothing is opened, so this is the gradient. All right, now we will start the gradient from the CSS. So I come here and I pick the gradient. When I pick the gradient like this, let me check if the names are the same. Sure, the names are really the same. So this is the gradient, and then what I will do now is I will have to specify some height. Okay, some height. So it has a height of 350 pixels, and let me give it a background. All right, background, and we are going to use the linear with a background. Okay, so instead of specifying a value, we are going to specify linear gradient. Okay, so linear gradient is for using the linear type of the gradient. We have two, we have three, we have the radial, but we are going to start with the linear. So this is the linear, and the first that comes, it takes so many values. The first one is the position of the gradient, so where you want the gradient to head to. For now we are going to use the gradient to the left, so to left, right? So when we specify to left, we bring our comma and we specify the combination of colors we want to use. So in this, I'm going to use first color is red, second one is going to be blue. All right, you can specify as many colors as you want, but know that using so many colors will not make it look good. At least 2 or 3 colors are okay. So this is what we have to left, and then we have the colors here specified. We go to the browser and we refresh, and this is what now we have. You can see that everything is directing, okay, to the direction that we specify, which is to left. So it is directing to the left side. Okay, this is what we have. And mind you, before you can really see this, if you take out the height, nothing will be shown. Okay, if you take out the height, it will not be seen. So it is very important to always bring your height, and when your height is set, your gradient can be seen. Okay, so we can, instead of pointing it to the left, we can say that okay, now to right, and look at what will happen. We refresh and now we see that now it is directing to the right side. Okay, it's not only right, we can also direct it to the button. So to button, which will direct the gradient to the button. Okay, if it is button, it can also go to the top, right? So to top, and it will go to the top as you are seeing. Okay, and yes, that's you are seeing. One cool thing about linear gradient is it's not only the top and down, bottom and left. That is what you can specify. You can also go beyond that. Okay, so instead of this, we can say that we want the gradient to point to the left bottom. All right, so to left bottom. So left bottom is going to be somewhere here. So let's refresh, and you see this is the left button. And we have, okay, we can also say that right top, right top, and it will also be seen. So with linear gradient, you have to be let me say creative. You have to be creative and bring your colors in a way that you want them. If you want it to be left or right, if you want it to have blue, red, whichever colors and direction that you want, you are free to use it. Okay, you are free to use it. We can also specify the percentage of colors that we want to have. Okay, so maybe let me just change it from to left button to left. so that now the color is to the left. Okay, and what we now come to do is we are now come to this. I said that okay, the red, I want the red to be 2%, and then the blue to be let me say 90%. So you know that definitely the blue is going to be more. Let's refresh and see. You see the changes. All right, it was shown but not really much, but the differences was seen. You can try that with yours and you can know the difference. So let's refresh, study it carefully, we refresh, and you see that now the blue is not seen at all. It's like the yellow is not taking over. All right, sorry, the red is taking over. So let's bring it to maybe the level of this one is 50% and this one is 20%, and let's look at something. Very good. So 20 and 50, this is what you are seeing. All right, so you can basically change them, manipulate them to a way that you want to have. All right, but basically this is how it is done. So red and then blue. We can also say we want yellow also, even though I know the colors is not going to look good, but this is just for demonstration sake. Okay, this is just for demonstration sake. So to left button, and it's going to change the direction of everything. This is how to use linear gradient in your element in HTML. Okay, and you have to also make sure that always you specify the height, because if this height is not there, the element is not going to be visible at all. All right, you see now it's off. Okay, so it will come only when you have specified a height for your element. Okay, so this is about the linear gradient. We also have another one called the radial. Okay, so I am going to also take you through how to use the radial the radial element, radial gradient, sorry, it's gradient in CSS. So this one is it is pretty simple. Let's first specify the height to be 350 pixels, and then we come to the background. Okay, and we say that instead of saying linear gradient, we are now going to say radial. All right, radial gradient, and we start specifying our colors. So I'll say that okay, I want black, I also want white, and I want at the same time black also. And let's look at what this, I don't really know what it will look like, but let's look at the effects. All right, so this is the effect that we have. We know that the radial is like the circle, the round one. All right, and then the linear, that one is not like this one, it is the other one, the one we just looked at. Okay, so this is all about the linear gradient. Okay, so what if we change this one to be white? Okay, let's actually make it gray because the background is already white, and this one is also gray, and then we change the middle one to black. I think it's going to look good. I'm not really good with colors, so do not be offended. All right, so this is now what we have, but the goal of this is to make sure that you guys get the concept, okay, of how to use it. So the white, and very good, this is now what we have. Okay, and this one too, just like the linear gradient, you can specify the percentage of colors. Maybe we want this gray to be 20%, and then the middle one, let's actually give it 90%, and then last one I'm gonna give it like 10%. Okay, so we refresh, and this is it look really weird. It doesn't look nice at all, but I think we have the point, we get the point, right? Okay, so let's now try something else too. So I'm going to use only two colors this time. I'm going to use the black and also the whites, and let's see which one looks really good. So refresh, and this is the black and then the white. All right, so this is something that I want to show to you in this video that we can use. All right, but then we have so many websites that provide gradient. Okay, you can search online. You can go to colors.com or something similar. Just search for CSS gradient. When you go there, you can see combination of colors that are really good, which you can use on your site and will make it look really attractive and good. The colors that I use in this video are not really good, but that is not the main idea in this lecture. The main point is to teach you and expose you to the CSS gradient property. All right, okay, so in your own free time, try and then learn more to this that you have gotten. Try and then go and search for gradient colors, combine them, create amazing cool features, amazing cool colors for your site and for your also your background. All right, so this is something small that I want to be teaching you in this lecture. I am very happy that you were able to made it up to this point. I want you to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, try as much as possible, give us a like, and then also comment on the video if you have really learned something before. And I'm here to also remind you on our Telegram channel. If you are not on the channel, try as much as possible and join our Telegram channel, for that is where we learn together, bring a lot. That's where we solve practical questions and others. That is enough. Thank you so much and see you in the next lecture.